Yo, what's up, what's up? I'm RENZ Davis. Welcome to another RENZ Reactions. That was empty. Dang shame. It's kind of late for me right now. Can't have my Red Bull. But I'll have it next time. So, welcome to another Sunday installment of RENZ Reactions for Defend Fight Club. Yes, we hit the field in Germany again. So, on this episode, it's going to be Albert Simeon. I think I'm pronouncing that right. He's a karate world champion versus Andrew Ture, a street fighter. Going to be a good fight. I anticipate it's going to take a lot of action in the feet. Both these two fighters are going off of a 0-1 record, so now we're going to discover who's going to walk away with the 1-1 and who's going to walk away with the 0-2. Without further ado, let's commence. Albert the Tiger Simeon. Ooh, nice tornado kick. Very well played. And then we have Andrew Ture, aka Grin.
Thought of giving it a try. Love to fight because that's what I've been doing all my life. But yeah, just wish the best for me. Get some experience and move on to the next.
Now, if we look at the tail of the tapes, you'll discover that Albert has a little bit of a size advantage with the weight and the height. But I don't know if that's going to come into major factor here, because I anticipate that these two are going to be brawling, throwing up a major fight in the stand-up. Here's some of the replay from the last fight for Albert. He was doing a lot of stand-up fighting, which is very cool. He has some pretty good kicks. Ooh, that hook kick lands clean. And that was kind of the downfall for Albert. And now we'll be looking at the replay from the last fight of Andrew Ture. He kept fighting and fighting. I gotta give him credit for heart. But ultimately, he did succumb to a choke by, I believe that's Aslan Magomedov. Might be mispronouncing that name. I do apologize.
Herzlich willkommen, Defend Army. Karoba werden wieder am Start für euch. Heute kämpft Albert gegen Andre.
They come to the center of the field, and the rules of the round: 3 3-minute rounds, 8 8-ounce gloves, and they're using the MMA rules. I believe they are unified, which means no knees to a downed opponent, or the 12-6 elbow. I know, killing me, right?
Darum nimm's den beiden nicht übel, dass sie ihre ersten Kämpfe verloren haben. Erste Runde geht los. Was kann man erwarten?
And they get right to it. First 10 seconds of the fight, and it's already a firefight. Love it. They're clinched up, ensuing in the dirty boxing. Now, Albert, he needs to break it up. He needs to start fighting from the outside. No, he's going for a guard pull. Very interesting tactic for Albert. Not where I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him trying to use those kicks to keep some distance. He's going for an armbar. And not quite landed. Not a good position to finish it off. He's not going against the elbow. He's going with the elbow. Getting to a scramble back to the feet. And they're back to the stand-up. Good striking distance now. Very nice oblique kick to the leg. That's where Albert's going to have some major success, using those leg kicks to slow down Andrew.
Andrew sollte nicht zu viele davon abkriegen, sonst wird er nicht mehr richtig stehen können. Üble Overhand Right jetzt wieder gegessen. Also Andrew kann auf jeden Fall einstecken, ne?
Good overhand right. And Andrew seems to keep pushing forward. Very good tactic. And it looks like Albert is using the tactic of a matador. He's going very lateral movement, going side to side.
ist echt
but he
viel
needs to watch out
Gehirnarbeit.
backing up.
Beide Kämpfer atmen jetzt schon stark durch. Dieser Pace, den sie am Anfang hatten, deutlich runtergegangen. Oh, schön,
I'd
schön.
almost like to see more of a jab-cross combination thing with Albert.
Ja, die beiden haben ja schon heute gekämpft gehabt. Also an diesem Tag haben sie, das ist jetzt der zweite Kampf.
Andrew pushing forward. I'd really like to see Andrew keeping his hands up,
Mal wieder dieser
because all it takes is one roundhouse kick to the head could end the fight immediately.
stoppt,
Not the way I want to see it go down. These two are very good fighters. Oh, there's that roundhouse kick to the head I was talking about.
Hat er wirklich, wirklich schön gemacht, Albert. Hat man nicht kommen sehen. Ne? Man täuscht halt nach unten an und zieht das Bein noch.
Albert's still circling. He's getting some blitzing in. Very nice.
Wirklich schön getroffen. Ja, aber
Now, if I were Andrew, I'd be trying to time those leg kicks to start striking his way in.
Straßenkämpfer ist, ne? Er ist, also von der Technik her ist das jetzt nicht so auf hohem Niveau. Er schiebt einfach nach vorne. Hat
Jab and a counter hook by Andrew. Albert.
Versucht einfach irgendwie zu schlagen, drückt einfach nach vorne. Da merkt
Looks
man,
like that one guard pull from the first 30 seconds of the fight was just kind of a fluke. Looks like they're keeping it striking from this point forward. Very admirable.
besser ausgeführt. Jetzt auch diese Low Kicks, das ist einfach nur so ein Austritt.
A lot more kicks than I thought was going to be done by Andrew, to be honest. I thought Andrew was going to definitely come in more with a boxing approach, but clearly I was not on point with that. 10 seconds left of the first round.
Hingegen Albert schwingt seinen ganzen Körper an die Schläge mal rein. Oder in die Tritte. Und das
And
einfach
that concludes the first round. Now, upon observation, there was a lot of leg kicks. Andrew using a lot more like roundhouse kick leg kicks
eindeutig die härteren Treffer
versus Albert using much more oblique and more linear leg kicks.
gesehen, davon gut.
There's that guard pull.
Das ja nicht werten. Albert hat da einen Guardpull gemacht.
Didn't really do much to help the position for Albert.
Aber gut.
Just put him in a very compromised position where he could have been
Jiu-Jitsu Background hat.
totally destroyed. I'm very glad it didn't happen.
Ich gedacht, er macht mal ein bisschen. Aber ist dann wieder schnell zum Stand gewechselt, wie man sehen
But
kann.
Albert's having some pretty good luck with that overhand right.
Was man hier auf jeden Fall sagen muss, ist, Andrew
And then there was that roundhouse kick. That was beautiful.
ist einfach schlafen gegangen.
Didn't quite land flush, but it definitely tapped him on the chin. Albert seems to be faring pretty well in the stand-up. He needs to keep it standing, keep it moving lateral so he doesn't get caught by the bull. Andrew, on the other hand, he needs to start being a little more confident. He needs to use a bit of a game plan and strategy. He needs to come forward and start striking. Time his leg kicks with jab cross hook, maybe even an overhand right of his own. Or overhand left, whichever hand he feels comfortable with throwing the overhand. I'd almost like to know what the corners are telling each fighter. But, I'm afraid I don't really know too much German right now. I am working on it. Oh, by the way, quick shout out to Blue Yeti for making such awesome microphones. Got this one recently, works much better than the last microphone. 2 thumbs way, way up.
Mal sehen, was
Here we go, round 2, commence.
bei Andrew wird sich da nicht viel ändern.
Alright, now they're both a little tentative.
Wenn man jemanden jetzt
He's got that oblique kick going back to the lead leg of Andrew again.
das nicht trainiert hat. Ne? Ey, schön.
And it looks like Albert is really starting to use a blitzing pattern.
Da sind die Arme von Andrew immer unten, vor allem seine linke. Und
Andrew is definitely getting a little more comfortable throwing hands.
ja, Albert zieht Andrew jetzt wieder ein bisschen. Ne? Er geht immer ein bisschen zurück und wartet, dass das...
Now, ultimately, this is the problem with street fight oriented people. They're not very consistent about how they throw their attacks.
Ja, jetzt mal eine Zweierkombination. Also
Like, I'd almost like to see Andrew learning more boxing and kickboxing.
sollte Albert einfach ein bisschen mehr Kombination schlagen halt. Ne?
Definitely more in line with strategy rather than technique. Oh, Andrew throws a jab, misses the mark.
Er ist jetzt auf jeden Fall sehr, sehr müde. Ne? Ich meine, der Andrew, der macht,
There we
was er
go.
kann, der schiebt nach
Gets a
vorne,
front kick right down the center.
aber er hat
And front kick return by Albert.
was er machen soll. Oh, jetzt schön Uppercut mal geschlagen aus dem Clinch. Und hier an den Fäusten sieht man einfach, dass er keinen Kampfsport-Hintergrund
Ooh, that looked like an
Er
interesting
schwingt
little
einfach die
stomp
Arme
kick.
Wie so ein Berserker und versucht da hart zu treffen halt. Ne? Albert hingegen halt...
I gotta be honest, I'm actually impressed with Albert right now. He's definitely throwing more hands than the last fight I saw him do.
Wenn Albert jetzt eigentlich ein bisschen mehr aufdrehen würde,
The fight's getting a little stale. Looks like they're both trying to feel each other out, which is kind of the opposite of what you usually see. Usually the feel out round is the first round, not the second round.
Hat er mittendrin irgendwie gestoppt. Weiß ich nicht warum. Hätte er einfach mal durchziehen können, ne? Der hätte auch richtig hart getroffen. Aber gut, man weiß nie, was
Very nice oblique. Ooh, that was a good Superman punch. Didn't look like it landed clean, but hey, he's definitely getting the point across that he's got other things going on in his arsenal.
sah echt spektakulär aus. Ja, Albert auf jeden
Albert is looking quite impressive. He needs to keep his hands up and keep himself breathing, though. Last thing we want for the big guy to do is to get gassed out. Because it looks like Andrew might have the benefit of cardio. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. It wouldn't be the first time.
Mündern atmen echt hart durch. Gucken sich jetzt ein bisschen mehr an, als anzuhelfen. Nicht mehr viel Bums hinter den Fäusten. Ja, beide atmen das tief. Ja gut, wirklich, man muss
Sorry about that.
bedenken, die haben gerade schon gekämpft. Ne? Ich glaube, es ist eine halbe Stunde vergangen und jetzt kämpfen sie noch einmal. Da ist es auch verständlich, dass man dann müde ist. Oh, schöner Highkick schon wieder von Albert. Aber wie
Much better.
nicht mehr so viel Kraft dahinter. Ne? Ich meine, wenn er das in der ersten Runde ein, zwei Mal gemacht hätte, dann hätte...
Less than 20 seconds on the clock. He gets himself in for a clinch on Andrew.
Mal sehen, was passiert. Holt Andrew ihn runter.
His hips are a little too far out to get any kind of takedown effectively.
Übersteiger. Jetzt auf der anderen Seite.
Oh, he gets the takedown anyway. A lot of muscle. Gets straight into mount
Was passiert jetzt?
with too less time to work. And the round is over.
Da hat Andrew ziemlich Glück gehabt, weil es sah nicht so aus, als ob er...
That was quite the interesting round at the end of it all.
Er hat nur den Kopf mit den
Round 2 was very slow paced. I was expecting a little bit more fireworks to go into it, but that takedown at the end could have definitely sealed the fight a little bit more closer for Albert to win by decision.
Beide sichtlich müde. Ist jetzt nicht so viel passiert wie in der ersten Runde.
Albert's using a lot of very interesting tactics. He's definitely moving like a matador. Lots of lateral movement and using lots of parries to get in and out of places where he doesn't get struck effectively or knocked out for that matter.
In Clinch
Now, Andrew,
da jetzt nicht
you're killing me, buddy.
keinen deutlichen Treffer.
You definitely gotta start moving in with the passion and start using those knees when he's starting to dodge.
Treffer gelangt hat. Und zum
And avoid that takedown, man. Last time you got taken down, it was not a good fight for you, buddy. Ooh, this is starting to look like a tall order for Andrew. Real bummer because I predicted he would actually take the fight and take the win. But hey, I've been proven wrong before, and I always appreciate being proven wrong again. That is for certain. Now, I can only imagine that the corner for Albert is probably telling him to keep up the good work, keep fighting from the outside, work your way in, get the takedown. Just keep establishing that dominant control. That's what's important in this fight. As for Andrew, I have to imagine that the coaches are a little bit more in tune to the fact that this fight could be called a decision if no one takes that last 3 minutes. He needs to start pushing the pace and start attacking in much more volume. But the fight is not over. That's a good thing about mixed martial arts. One person could be winning 3 out of 3 rounds, but that last minute could be the deciding factor and ultimately change the pace of the fight.
Final round, dritte Runde geht los.
Coming up on the last round,
Beide sind ja extrem müde, also ich erwarte jetzt nicht, dass es ein Höllenfeuer kommt irgendwie von einer der beiden Seiten. Aber
hopefully we see some fireworks because, hey man, this should be interesting. Andrew coming out a little bit more hot than the last round.
ein bisschen übersehen, einfach weiter raufgegangen. Oh, schöne Rechte von Albert. Wundert mich, dass der Andrew da stehen bleibt. Ne? Also ehrlich,
And looks like Albert's definitely taking the much more
und ist stehen geblieben.
ground fighter approach, trying to get the fight to the ground.
Von Albert.
There he is.
Hat ihn runtergeholt, aber allerdings ein bisschen zu viele Schläge kassiert. Er hätte
Still establishing position. Looks like he's trying to shoot for the mount.
aber
And
jetzt rüber zu
he is almost there.
von Albert sag ich schon. Von Andrew jetzt nochmal weg.
There we go. He's got himself into the mount position. Albert might take this very dominantly now.
Dann kann das schnell auch
Now Albert just needs to stay low. Just keep himself low. Not even worry about posturing up quite yet. Oh, they're calling a rise to the action. I wonder if they're recentering it.
kann jetzt nicht nachvollziehen, warum.
What the heck?
wieder aufgestellt wurde.
Okay, that was weird. They just like reset the position altogether after like less than 5 seconds.
Oh, schöner Körper
Huh.
da hinten
Oh well.
von Albert. Der mischt jetzt mal so ein bisschen zwischen Körper und Kopftreffer. Das ist immer sehr, sehr gut.
Andrew firing off some round kicks to that lead leg of Andrew.
Das, was einem am letztendlich
Albert firing back an oblique kick, shooting for a Superman punch.
wenn man ein paar Treffer auf seinen Körper bekommt, auch
Oh, it looks like that kick got to him.
aber die ermüden einen wirklich, ne? Albert
And Andrew gets that sprawl. Looks like he still has a chance to reverse the position on him. This could be the turning point that Andrew needs.
hört da einmal auf die Ecke.
Albert needs to try and like sit out. He needs to get out of there. This is not a very flattering position to be in. Definitely a tiring spot. With less than 42 seconds of work,
Pressen würde, würde er auf den Rücken landen halt, ne?
he's driving forward. He's trying to get out of there. Now this would be a good spot to throw those knees,
Warum Andrew das jetzt nicht macht?
because technically Albert is not a downed opponent.
Gibt ihn einfach mal einen auf den Nacken.
Oh,
Albert versucht einen Stand.
he's trying to get some kind of arm lock in.
Hat er die Hände zusammen?
Looks like he's trying to set up for a Kimura.
Ja, aber
Andrew is fighting it off.
zusammen, aber
He's
genau am Ellbogen. Schwer den so zu ziehen.
he doesn't quite have something yet.
Zum Trizeps, ne?
Less than 2 seconds, and this is gonna go to the decision.
Ja, der Kampf ist vorbei. Albert will wieder abklatschen.
Wow, that was quite the effort on both people. Round 2,
Andrew auch gesprochen, so wie mit Albert.
it was alright. Round 1 and 3, definitely the deciding factors in my opinion. I have a feeling this is going to go to Albert. He definitely had a much more clean sweep across as a more aggressive fighter on the stand-up, landing more clean shots. He was landing that overhand right in the first round much more efficiently. In the second round, he got the head kick as well. And then in the third round, he established not just the takedown, but a dominant position for a good amount of time.
Klärt das und geht einfach weg. Aber gut. Auf jeden Fall ist das nicht böse gemeint von mir. Wie man jetzt sieht, ja, die letzte Runde eindeutig. Durch den Takedown, durch das Dominieren der Position könnte man Albert geben, aber ich weiß nicht.
But man, definitely kudos to both Andrew and Albert for stepping up to fight this fight.
Vielleicht Ende geben können, aber der hat einfach zu wenig gemacht, meines Erachtens.
Bravo. Peace out to you too, Andrew. I mean, Albert. Sorry about that. Albert looks very pleased with himself, like he knows that he won the fight. But like I said, these two, they both stepped up to fight, which is an amazing thing for fighters to do, especially when they're both on a bit of like a skid. And looks like, yeah, Albert took the win, but good sportsmanship at the end of it. Very well played. Wow, that was quite the fight, I tell you what. He definitely did enough to get in there, pull out the victory. He kept it striking. He got the takedowns when they were available. That first round when he pulled guard, I was like, no, 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 that's a bad idea. But in the end, it worked out for him. For that, I salute you, buddy. As for Andrew, it's a dang shame. I was predicting for you, buddy. I thought you were going to take this win. But hey, there's always a next time. You didn't necessarily lose, you learned. What we learned is we need to work our strategy a bit more. We need to listen to our coaches when they're telling us certain factoids about the fight. In the end, I think Andrew is going to come back with a vengeance. Hopefully he does. I'm pulling for you, buddy. Definitely keep up the fight, man. Wah, keep up that fight. Cool, well, thank you all for watching. Travel safely, rock on.
Whoa.
Get out of town. You thought I was finished? Nuh-uh, buddy. So, 91 subscribers. That's where I've hit up to right now. I'm still pushing really hard to get to 100 subscribers for 2021. That is 9 subscribers away. I know. I can practically taste the hundo. So, if you like the videos I'm putting out and you want to see more of them, definitely hit that like and subscribe. Hit the little bell notification. Helps me help you get notified for every time I put out a new video. I try and put out 3 videos a week. But more importantly, it helps me feel motivated. No, not even motivated. It helps me feel inspired knowing that I have such an awesome viewer and, you know, a lot of people that really appreciate my content. And for that, I salute all of you. Travel safely. Rock on, guys.